Hey, this is Guru Singh. I'm here to share my internship experience at SAXUM. I started working on SAXUM at June 5th, and my end date would be July 31st. So, what does SAXUM exactly do? SAXUM provides a variety of services. These services can be classified into these eight core capabilities, which are public relation and public affairs, crisis communication, digital and web, creative and advertising, video and broadcast, branding, corporate communication, and social media. Now, the part where I come in is the Saxon creates digital presence for the clients. So, digital presence is creating websites for clients or handling social marketing, SEO optimization for the clients. So there may be clients who have no digital presence. So if they want digital presence, like if they want a social presence, let's say Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, then we provide these services. And if they want a website, then we provide those services as well. And if they plan to upgrade the website or change their website to a new design, we provide that services as well. So let's now move on to the website workflow in the SAXUM. So the actor here is the client. So whenever the client signs a statement of work, our discovery team goes in, discusses with the clients, and they come up with the design and content requirements. The design requirements is sent to the design team. Design team consists of creative side people who create PSD design. PSD is Photoshop mockup design of website layouts, buttons, icons, colors that we are supposed to use. Whereas the content requirements shows us what content goes into the website and what are the pages that are needed, and the navigation workflow uh, in the website. So the design team gives us the PSD design, whereas the content team gives us the content and navigation workflow. So the development team, that is where I come in, takes these and provides functional deliverables. So our tasks would be divided into several small development tasks, and after each task is done, we provide it to the QA team. The QA team done The QA team that also involves me will test and report bugs on the parts we develop. The interesting part is that if I do development, then there'll be someone else in QA who will be cross verifying my work, so that we don't verify our own work. So once the once the QA tests and reports bugs, the development team fixes it, and once it's ready for clear for review, we send it to the client, and then client again reviews it and sends feedback. Most of the time clients would want a different design, or they would want a different flow, or some minor changes to the website, and we accommodate that in our development tickets. So what is the website creation stack in Saxon? So Saxon basically uses WordPress to create their websites. WordPress because it has a very excellent content management system. We also use Node Package Manager. Node Package Managers so that we can manage our JavaScript dependencies. Most of our websites use a lot of JavaScript files, so Node Package Manager helps us in managing these JavaScript files. Composer because we use a lot of PHP files as well. WordPress is built on PHP, so we use Composer to manage these PHP dependencies. The interesting thing is we just use WordPress for its excellent CMS, and we create our own theme from scratch. What do we do is we use Sage theme in top of WordPress, and we build around it to provide custom functionalities to our clients. So we use core features of WordPress, but we do a lot of custom functions using Sage, so that we can extend our WordPress websites to custom modules. Also, we use Gulp to manage our CSS as well as JavaScript files. What Gulp does is it compiles and minifies Sass and JS files. So at a time, there may be more than one developers working on a JavaScript or a CSS file. So what Gulp does is it makes it easier to separate out CSS files, and it will compile it and create a minified JavaScript and CSS files. And this helps in eliminating bugs, as well as helps developer to figure out if any other developer has pushed some new CSS changes or there are any conflicts in CSS class names. Also, PHP is the base core language that we use here in SAXUM. PHP, because WordPress is built on PHP. The developers use Laravel with PHP because Laravel provides strict standards. PHP alone does not provide strict standard, but when used with Laravel, it provides a lot of flexibility and as well as strict standards. We also use CodeTree for work management. So what basically CodeTree is, you can sync your CodeTree. CodeTree basically pulls all your repo from GitHub, and we can put tickets and milestones in those tickets. So every week you'll be assigned some work, and you can go into CodeTree and see what are the tickets assigned to you, and based on that complete them and report it to supervisor. We also use Slack/Flowdoc for communication. At a time, we may have a lot of people working on a project, from our discovery team to digital creative team, as well as clients who might provide feedback through Slack/Flowdoc. Also, developers use it to interact so that they know what's happening, and they can be in loop. GitHub is our main code repo as well, and we use Git as our version control. So what are my major duties? Major duties are queuing the websites. QA stands for quality assurance. Every time a developer completes a module, I go in and check if the developer created the module based on the requirements that we generated using discovery. So the requirements are generated by discovery team, and based on the design and content, I see if the design and content match with the deliverable the website designer provided. I also create forms. So WordPress basically uses plugins to create forms. I use Gravity Forms to create forms. Gravity Forms is very extensible and a very powerful form engine in WordPress. I also create pages based on requirements. So simple pages that don't require much coding, much CSS background, I'm assigned to those pages. To I've been assigned to create four page or simple pages like privacy pages, about pages, etc. based on design. I also create documentation for our clients. So WordPress basically is an CMS, but we build a lot of custom functionalities to it. So after the code review is complete and the client gives an OK to us, we create documentation about how to add or update custom modules that we created for them. So I created a documentation regarding it. I also install and set up plugins for the developers to use. Uh, there are a lot of premium public plugins that our developers use. So I'm in charge of installing and setting up these plugins. I also install SSL to client website. SSL is secured license to client websites. So if the client requests an SSL license to be put into their website, so I go into the server side and handle installing SSL license to these websites. I also am in charge of the SEO for the website. SEO stands for search engine optimization, as well as if the client requires Google Analytics services, then we provide these services by adding the Google Analytics code in the web in our WordPress and linking it with the Google Analytics account. I also report bugs and task out bug fix to developers. Most of the time when I do QA, I report my bugs, and if it's an elevated bug that a developer needs to fix ASAP, I assign developers as well. I also create and execute redirect strategy from older sitemap to newer sitemaps. So if we have a client who has an oldest website and who wants to migrate to a newer website, we provide those services as well by creating a new sitemap and mapping their old sitemap with 301 redirects to the new structure. Sometimes most of the clients also have Shopify and WooCommerce integration as well. So Shopify and WooCommerce provide e-commerce platforms in WordPress, so I handle that too. So if a client wants an e-commerce platform, I help setting up WooCommerce and Shopify for them. So basically, these are the major 5 clients that I've already worked for in this 1 month time. Spartaco, it's a big company that was a combination of 3 companies: Jameson and Tiger. Applied Oil Tools is I think so. Applied Oil Tools is a energy and oil company. Johnson Seed is a huge company which had a very complicated website with Shopify integrated plugins. OKFP and Shawnee Mills. So these are the clients that I've worked in SAXUM, and we're still working on Johnson Seed. We get major clients in SAXUM, and quality is our #1 priority here. So that's it for SAXUM internship. That Thank you for watching.